So today I made my one beehive into 2 beehives. Look at that. Hey everybody, I am here at my bees. I am going to attempt a split today. My hive is booming, so I'm gonna try to split them. Sometimes when you do splits, you can split them and then introduce a queen, but I am going to see if they can make their own queen. It can take about 3 to 4 weeks, but I'm just going to do a small split. So it's not like I will really reduce my bee force a lot if it doesn't work, but I'm just going to attempt it. I've done a lot of research, thought a ton about it, practiced it in my mind a million times, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so there's my original hive. I have a new stand set up kind of close to the other hive. I left enough room so that I could walk between them. Okay, my goal is to get this one to end up with 2 boxes, this new setup here, and this one to be 1. So this new setup is going to have my queen in it, and then this one will be the one where they're going to make their queen. So wish me luck. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am going through each frame and just making a decision on which one should go in which box. In both boxes, I need frames of food, brood, and eggs. So it's especially important that I have eggs in the box that needs to make a queen, because they need to have either eggs or a 1-day-old larva to make a good queen. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I couldn't find my queen at first. I had to keep looking for her. I had her in the wrong box. Finally, I got her situated and put in the correct box. It took a while. Okay, well, that was a lot more painful for me and the bees than it needed to be. Here they are separated into 2 boxes. I found the queen in this box. After she had been in that box, got her moved to this box where she's supposed to be. So now I have 2 hives. Hopefully they'll kick it into gear and make a new queen. So if you notice, because this is the new hive, they have not really started foraging yet. Most of the foragers are going to be in that hive, because when they leave and come back, it would have been to there. So this hive will slowly get some foragers that start leaving the hive and going out. I left tons of bees in both boxes, but this one has the queen, so it'll have the ability to recuperate a lot faster. Anyway, it's gonna be good. So as I was sitting here watching these guys do their orientation flights, there's been finally some movement here, and some of them have started doing a few orientation flights. Hopefully they don't get caught up in this. If they end up going into this hive, it will be fine, but I think there's some that are orienting to their new hive. Okay, what is actually happening here is any bee who had ever oriented to the original colony place is leaving to go back to the original colony, which is not great for the hive with my queen. I ended up with a lot less bees in the box with the queen, which meant that I had to condense them down to just 1 box so that they could keep the brood warm. There was a frame or 2 that had a little bit of chill brood, which was disappointing, but I just put them all together so that they could keep the brood warm. Now my box without a queen has so many bees in it. So many bees. Okay, so I'm just going through all of the frames, finding queen cells, and it turns out this box of bees made a ton of queen cells. There was one frame that had 9 queen cells on it. I'm gonna do a quick little, not a check, I'm gonna hurry and swap out. So this hive has a bunch of queen cells in it. I know there's one frame that has at least 8 queen cells. So what I'm gonna do is take out a couple frames from here, put them in a little nuke, a little box, and I'm gonna let this box grow a queen and try to let this little box grow a queen and increase my chances of getting a queen, a mated queen back. So I'm gonna get started. Oh my goodness, look at how many bees are in this hive. That is why I'm going to try to just do a little split. Just kind of increase my chances a little bit of getting a queen. They have a ton of bees in here still, and I'm afraid if I don't make them more room, they might feel the need to swarm with some of the other queens that hatch, some of the virgin queens. So one thing I forgot to mention earlier is the reason that you want to even split your hive is so that they don't swarm. I did something called a false swarm. That's just a little way of tricking the hive into thinking that they already swarmed. Alright, this frame has a queen cell on it. I am gonna take it. Okay, this frame has a bunch of queen cells on it. I'll give you a look at that. They do not want to leave those queen cells alone. They're all capped. There's a couple on this side. So I heard I'm supposed to break some of them down, but I don't dare. I'm just gonna take my chances here. And then I should have a couple more. I can see more frames in here with queen cells on them. So this hive made a bunch of queen cells, so they're gonna be okay. See how many bees are in this box? It's just gonna get more full as the capped brood starts to emerge. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick just teeny inspection of this one. Although there are not very many bees in this box, the potential to recover is much quicker because there's capped brood that will be emerging soon, plus the queen is still laying in this box, so they're gonna be fine. Hi, I am out here. I'm about to check this little nuke that I have. I set up to try to make another queen. Hopefully, if one of them doesn't work, the other one will. So I have put here a nuke, and I have my hair pulled back in a bun because I don't want it to get smoky with the smoke. So I just barely washed it. So it's a nice day. Here's the little nuke I have. It's just a little mating nuke. I have part of it taped up with so that it's like a smaller entrance so that they don't get robbed, and because there's not very many bees in there. So hopefully these are not robber bees coming in and out. What I'm looking for today is to see if I can see a virgin queen in there, or if the queen cells are all still intact, or if I see one that looks like it has an opening where one has emerged. So I'm just gonna take a little look, and this is kind of my little experiment box right here. All right, here we go. There is one queen cell in here that has been chewed out. So they've broken this one down. What I mean by broken down is that they chewed it out from the middle instead of letting the queen emerge from the bottom. So this used to have a bunch of queen cells, but they've all been chewed out. It looks like this one here was from the bottom, which means I think maybe my queen emerged from there. So I'm just gonna have a quick look and see if I can see a little virgin queen. They've fixed this comb. Sometimes it's really hard to spot queens because there's so much stuff to look at. But on this, I took video and later I was able to spot a virgin queen. Can you see her? There she is off to the side. You can tell it's a queen because of her longer abdomen, and her abdomen comes to a point at the end. So once she's mated, she will be a lot bigger and easier to see, but she looks pretty good right there. Another little trick I learned is to look at the wings of a queen. They usually lay flat on top of each other on their backs, where worker bees have their wings open a lot of the time. See drones, brand new drones with fuzzy little bums. Look at here at their little fuzzy behinds. They're newly emerged drones. I'm just not seeing a virgin queen. The only thing to do is to just keep checking back. She could be on, I could have just missed her. I do not know what's happening right now, but it's either a swarm or mating flights, but it's bad. It's really bad. But it might not be bad. I'm just freaking out a little. There's bees everywhere. I don't have shoes on. Okay, look at the bees pouring out of the hive. I mean, it's like out of a horror movie. It might be hard to see, but they are literally flying straight out of the hive. Within just a few minutes, there were bees flying all through the air, crawling on the ground. Some of them were clustering in little spots. It was pretty crazy. Once again, I didn't know if this was a mating flight, which honestly was just wishful thinking, or if it was a swarm. Later I found out it was a swarm. This was a virgin swarm, so the hive allowed more than one queen to emerge. They did not let the first queen to emerge kill her sisters. And then once all of the queens had hatched or emerged, they cast them out and then just let one stay in the hive while the others fly off to find a new home, taking part of the hive with them. So I had noticed congregating in clusters, like are on the ground and then at the front of the hive. And so I decided to put my bee suit on and get closer to see if I could see a queen that I could capture and then get the swarm to follow. So anytime you see clumps of bees, you kind of want to inspect it to make sure that they aren't clumped around a queen. And so that's what I was looking for. In retrospect, I should have waited just a little bit longer to see where the bees decided to cluster and gather officially. But unfortunately I didn't do that, and I went into the middle of them, and then you can see what happens from there. So here I decided that it would probably be good to get out of their way, and I hoped that the bees on me would then fly back toward the group or the hive. It's hard to see at this speed, but in fast forward, you can see the cloud shift and follow me. So I must have had a queen on me. Is there a queen on me? Because why are they standing like that? Yeah, that's our treat. We're calling the other bees to get on me. I can't see it. Do I have more and more bees coming to me?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah? Another tree now.
Wait.
Oh wow, look at the end.
I got a brush. Why don't you come all the way over here and see what happens?
There it is, that's the queen. Can't see anything. Probably covering her up. They don't feel like they're gonna attack her. Shoot, I had a queen on me. And I lost her.
Oh, you saw her?
In a virgin swarm cast, there could be multiple queens among the bees, and so that's why I'm kind of just looking all over to see if I can just even find one, because then I can get the bees to kind of go around her.
Yeah, they're not over the lawn as much, Stacy.
What?
They're not over the lawn as much. Looks like they're concentrating back at the hive.
They're going back in?
Well, most of the bees are right around you. And on the front and top of the hive.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad about that queen.
How do you know you had a queen?
I could see her. She was right here on the front of my... Here I am just complaining about what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get these bees off me? What do I even do? Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Hey, yeah, you're not fully zipped up. What if they all start crawling?
Are you freaking kidding me?
There's a little hole right there.
Where?
They can't get in there. It's pinched tight on your left shoulder. What does the queen look like?
She's just longer. She's a small queen.
I'd probably never recognize her.
Virgin queens are just a little smaller. They still look a lot bigger than the bees, but they can be hard to spot. Sometimes I have a hard time spotting marked mated queens, so my chances of finding a virgin queen among all these bees was always going to be pretty low.
Isn't she marked? Is she marked, Mom?
No, she's a brand new queen.
But don't step on any bees.
Like, how many bees are up there?
So many.
Quite a few.
Could you take a picture and show me? Because they're crawling up to my head, and it's freaking me out. Even though I'm asking the question, I know how there are so many bees in the box. I had several frames of unemerged brood, and once those bees start hatching, it can fill up a box pretty quick. How do you suppose I do it?
Jump your head, get it down close, maybe get on your knees. Come and get away.
Can the video see me?
Huh?
Will you go see if my video can see me?
Yeah.
Gotta get that content.
Doesn't he just brush them off?
I'm just afraid they're just gonna fly again though. They're not like in one big cluster.
You see a queen in there?
Each time I'm dumping them off, I'm trying to spot a queen if I can see one. Unfortunately, I don't have any luck.
They've calmed down, hun. So much.
I know that! How do I get them off of me?
You're getting them off. There's a ton less on your shoulder.
I even left in some of my whining so that you guys could see how wonderful of a husband I have who puts up with me.
And then maybe like if the queen falls in
Try
there,
this if I get stuck.
they'll realize. Please just put on a suit and gloves, Rob. I have a suit and gloves.
Bend over. The beekeepers don't ever do that, huh? No, you're not over it. Back over.
This?
Nope, I want your hat.
Oh, I still have some on my hat.
You got a ton. There's still a bunch there.
Okay, let me look.
I think you're mad.
Now there's bees all over. You should get. Okay, wait just a second. My hair is in my face.
They're not coming off. It's like I shake it and they stick, hun. It's like only the top layers fall off easy. Alright, I'll do that.
Wait, let me just a second. I'm just not somewhere down in there. Let me see if I can see her. There's more on your back.
Put them all in the hive.
Well, they can't fit back in that hive. I just opened it up and it's packed. I don't know where all the bees came from.
Maybe it's another swarm.
No, this is like, I saw them pouring out of this hive. I don't know what happened in here. A bunch of bees must have attached or something. And they are
Okay,
catching
you ready?
a virgin swarm.
Man, sticky little bees.
Word. Mom, they're leaving you.
Yeah, they're all leaving you, hun. So you were just standing there so you could get all the attention. Huh. All the bee attention.
My camera's on.
What? Are you live streaming?
No.
Oh. That's a funny joke. Won't people think that's funny?
Yeah, I didn't think that was funny at the time, but later I can see the humor in it.
But I feel like there's less bees in there, so a lot of them have gone. You don't see a cluster anywhere else, right?
No.
There most likely is a cluster. At some point, the bees clustered on the other side of my neighbor's fence.
That's funny, a queen landed on you.
I wish I had caught, I'm almost positive that was one on my mask. I wish I had caught her.
Next time you know, bring the clips. Always have a clip when you walk into a swarm.
Oh, that's what I should have done was get a clip and I could have clipped her, huh?
Hey, you got all the clips.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I just put a little nuke box in front of them and I'm just letting them run in there. I'm hoping that I can maybe see a queen while they are going in, but no such luck. I never did see one. While all this was happening, I did end up seeing a queen on top of the hive.
Here
she just suddenly was
the
there.
queen. I finally found her. She maybe went out on a mating flight and just came back. So I am gonna try to put all these bees back and see if they can just be one happy family.
Not yet. So my camera kept dying on me. It was all out of storage life. But I let the queen walk in there, and as you can see, she's
holding
just
really
holding
still.
very, very still and letting the bees inspect her. Since she's just hanging out there, I decided to watch to see if they were going to accept her.
They're cleaning her. I think they're trying to get that paint off of her.
In hindsight, I don't think they're cleaning her. I think they have already decided that maybe they do not like this queen. But to me, it still looks like they're just inspecting her.
Is she gone in?
No, she's still right there. But it's so dark in there, you can't see very good. There we go.
It was about this time I had a really bad feeling and knew that they probably did not like her. I can't quite explain it, but if you just look at their behavior, they seem agitated and kind of mad. They don't seem happy to see her. And then more and more just kind of start coming over to her. And then I see them start moving her not on her own accord. I don't know. It looks like to me they are biting her. If you look closely, you can see her white paint dot kind of coming up. That is not a good sign.
I think they're balling her. I think they're balling her up.
It's also possible they are just trying to drag her from the hive. In hindsight, they totally didn't like her, and I should have seen that from the beginning. If you watch that bee and its behavior, it is not happy.
Oh, just like 30 minutes or so. Okay, I don't think they like this queen. I feel like I messed everything up.
So my camera kept dying, but I did decide to let her crawl down. That's where I found her, was up there. And I thought, maybe she belongs there. I have no idea. So I opened up that cage and let her just crawl in and wished her all the luck in the world. So you heard me say I feel like I messed everything up. It's because I was pretty sure that they were swarming and that that queen didn't belong in there, but I let her go in there and all of the other bees went back into the hive, so I thought, oh, it's probably fine. But I should have listened to my intuition and kept that queen out and just put a couple frames of bees in with her.
Okay, so it turns out my hive did swarm, and they went next door over here to my neighbor's house and sat right on the other side of the fence.
and I have them collected in a box that's over there by Rob's shed. And a ton of them had died because it's rained all day today, all night last night. So I don't know if they swarmed yesterday. I don't know. I kind of have a feeling they swarmed yesterday when I wasn't watching, because yesterday when I came out, there were like a ton of dead bees on the ground. But they could have swarmed Saturday. It could have been during that initial swarm and they had just, a queen landed over there and they had just gathered on her. Okay, here I am collecting the swarm. They were pretty stuck together because of the rain. They were keeping pretty close. There wasn't a ton of flyers, so it was pretty easy to get them all. I kind of looked for a queen, but it was cold and I wanted to get them in a box and it was getting dark, so I just did it as quickly as I could. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a pile of dead bees there. Not all of them were actually dead. So I tried to gather up as many on the ground that were alive that I could, and just kind of dug through them to see if I could find the queen or any live ones. So anyway, that was kind of crazy because it's raining. I had to gather them kind of in the rain. But what's really, really sad is I came out here to see what the outside of my hive looked like that was making the queens, and guess what I found? I found my queen bee that I had marked dead. So there was another queen in the hive already, and so they killed her. And that makes me feel very sad that I let her go back into that hive when they did not want her. So they did ball her up and kill her, and I feel very bad about that. Just as I was lamenting the loss of this beautiful queen, I heard an awesome sound coming from inside of the hive. Okay, in there you can hear a queen quacking to the hive. Or tooting, I'm not sure which it is. You can hear it really good up here. Stupid bird. So in here is the swarm of bees. I put some food in there with them and have them locked up in there so that they don't try to leave again in the next couple days. Naughty bees. Okay, this is where I put the swarm that I just captured, and I don't know if they have a queen or not. Hopefully they do. I won't know for about another week. And if you'll remember, this is the little split I did with extra queen cells. But they're all oriented, so they don't need to do orientation flights. They can just come and go. So that's a drone going into this hive. Let's see if he can make it in. He wants to. Come on, big boy, you can get in there. He did it. And And there's a feisty little guard bee at the entrance, and she is making sure only friendlies come in. She's really aggressive. She's doing a good job guarding. I decided to give these guys a little feed or two. Should work. Alright, I am getting into this swarm hive to see if when they swarmed they had a queen with them, or if she died in the rain. So I basically just check all the frames. I'm looking for a little queen, but I don't see one. And even when I watched my video back, I didn't see one. But that's not surprising because I've missed marked queens before. So much like the previous box, I checked this one and I don't see a queen. And I even watched the video back and I didn't see a queen. It's possible the queens are out on mating flights. It would be about that time where that's where they could be, but I don't see one. Alright, well. I think the only thing I really can do is just, on these guys, wait one more week and see what happens. Okay, so I decided to check this hive to see if I can find eggs or maybe even a queen in there. So, unfortunately, I don't find one. For a second I thought I saw eggs and I got really excited. Queen cells that they've been breaking down. No eggs. There's like a reflection in there though that makes me think I'm seeing eggs, but I'm not. It's like a lot of wishful thinking. Wow, I keep thinking we see eggs. Sometimes there's a reflection in the bottom of the cells and it can look like eggs. Let's go check those other nukes one more time. Oh, they're putting a little wax on here. That's nice. They've been at least a little busy. No eggs. Oh. No eggs. They're so calm though, too. Eggs! I see eggs! What? I have a queen in here. There she is! She's beautiful! She is beautiful! I have a queen! I have a queen! She is amazing and she's beautiful and I love her. I love her. I love her. Oh my gosh, look how good she looks, you guys. I feel like crying. I have a queen. I have a queen. I have a queen. I have a queen. It feels like magic. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta go to bed. And there's no eggs in this one, but there's eggs. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna give that hive a couple more days because this hive I thought for sure didn't have a queen, and she just started laying today or maybe yesterday. So I'm gonna give that hive a couple more days also. Maybe Wednesday I'll check him again. Okay, I'm gonna check this other hive. I think I'm having like I'm seeing fake eggs again. Are those real eggs? And take a real close up there. Oh my gosh, are those eggs? Yeah, because there's my queen right there. I have two queens. She's big and she's beautiful. Can you guys see her? Where'd she go? She's hiding under those bees there. Holy cow, 2 out of 2. She is a beauty. There she is. Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. Look at how beautiful she is. Holy cow. She's gorgeous. Oh my word. It's like magic. Yep, eggs all through here. Looks like she's gonna have a beautiful pattern. Oh my gosh, I did not think this was gonna work. I have 2 queens and maybe I just need to be more patient with that third box. So, yeah, I am feeling very happy. I feel very, very surprised it worked. Like, very surprised. Those queens look so beautiful, and if they are anything like their mother, they're going to be amazing because she is such a good layer. She's a beautiful queen, and I love her. And I love these bees, and I think those ones might have a queen in there after all. So I just need, this was like a good lesson in patience for me. I'm not very good at learning patience, and that's why I keep having to learn it. So stay tuned.